Hello viewers, welcome to my channel Science to Technology. I hope audio and video is working as expected and things are functional. So I'm gonna wait few seconds before I get a feedback from the incognito window. So let's see. Wow, it's taking a bit longer. Okay, as of now, I think all should be well. So today we're going to talk about the current craze that India is going through. And it is kind of scary because we have our current prime minister for like third session, and the value of rupee, the currency, it's dropping horrifyingly fast. As in, so fast that it's not, again, rupee do lose value, dollar do lose value. That's kind of expected. But like I was in school, and that time, for very long time, like if you had said like 40-50 rupees per dollar, that was like expected, and that remained kind of like, flat-ish. Like you can go into Google and set like, rupee on one side, dollar on one side, and max, they generally only show you data from 2003. But if you see from there, it's like the line is almost flat, and then it's like, so right now it's going crazy and it is scary. I have said it time and time again. Every what you call public project that burns money does come from your bank account. And again, that's how it comes from your bank account. On paper, you still have the same amount of money as you did when you did your opened your savings account. It's just that the money's purchasing power is falling. And one of the big things that has happened is that India knows that it has 100% dependency on crude oil, but has no strategy of taking care of it. It's just firing missile and everything, and then just being shocked that because you did not dedicate everything on one thing, nothing works, money burns. And like at this point in time, I'm actually worried that on 1 January 2027, I might find my currency to be like 100 rupees to a dollar. Mind you, we were really good and strong currency for surprisingly long time. Like my whole childhood, it was stable. Like it was not great, but it was stable. Like it's slowly climbing up. There are some graphs that shows like based on all the previous prime ministers, Narendra Modi directly is like 60% fall. That's a lot. And again, because we have such high dependency on import, we are uniquely vulnerable to this. This is not what you call a tangible situation, so to say. Piyush, hello. Hello to you, sir. Hello. Mm. So things are getting a bit out of hand. Like I recently just covered the video on LNG. If you are my channel member, you may have already seen it. It will come next week. So there were a lot of people who are talking about like, LNG is cheaper, like how they are making 2 times the money, profit as in 2 times the profit running LNG truck rather than what you call diesel truck. And it was off. It's like it did not make sense. Like logically, it cannot be true. You cannot have a cryogenic liquid transportation and it be cheaper than diesel. Like that's like, mm, mm -mm, mm -mm. Now you might say on global market, crude oil is higher value commodity and more people bid on it. The prices are generally higher than equivalent LPG. Now let that be clear, there is no genuine equivalent, but equivalent because simply because while crude oil does give you energy, it also gives you a lot of byproducts like bitumen, tar, naphtha, and like a lot of like there is giant list, and that makes it valuable. Because again, your car is not only runs on fuel, it also runs on oil, lubrication oil, that also comes from crude. So crude has higher value, even though the energy content could be same. So there is a reason, there is a genuine reason why methane CH4 coming in LNG carriers is a bit cheaper. So okay, but that delta between crude oil and this is not huge. Now you're like, okay, but I'm comparing crude oil to LNG. What about the refinery steps? Cool, cool, cool. That does take some resources, some money. Okay, so price does go up. But here's the deal. You're talking about LNG. That puppy boils up. That puppy boils. So how the heck you are transporting it everywhere? And here's the it boils so much that all the stations we have, like in Golden Quadrilateral, we have Swarnim Chaturbuj. Basically, it's a highway network connecting all our four important state. And the idea is in this corridor, we're gonna use basically LNG. Now, why LNG? Well, India has a very robust network of CNG, compressed natural gas. But problem with that is that While CNG is good and all for all that jazz, it does come with one significant consequence, that tank does not hold enough energy. Meaning, if you're traveling on a long distance, I'm not talking inside the city, I'm talking in long distance, you gonna like waste so much time. Even if you have a cheaper fuel, you will end up burning more money, simply because it will slow down your delivery, because you have to just like, oh, you drove like few hundred kilometer, okay, stop, go to a CNG station, refuel it, and then go again. And you have to keep doing this, compared to a diesel which can almost make that in one go. And generally people only have one stops in between, because again, it's unwise to keep running the engine like, just like like you do want it to like, hey, chill. So uh, like it's not even a comparable how bad it would be compared to CNG versus diesel. So they are like, okay, let's go to LNG. Now be mindful, engine remains the same. Engine is still the same diesel engine. You just swap out the fuel injector part with gas part, and of course reprogram the ECU and all that jazz that you need to do. Uh, because be mindful, you have to add spark plug into it. So it's not a what you call just like swap. You do need to put some effort into it. Mm. And again, spark plugs are fundamentally less efficient than compression ignition, but you can't do compression ignition on gas. So the what Bosch company does, not Bosch, sorry, Volvo, they have the LNG truck for Europe and all that. So the idea with that is they're gonna have LNG and they're gonna have diesel. And to do the spark plug job, they're gonna have like, your piston is going, yo, compressed 22 to 1, bonkers compression. And in that compressed hot air, it's gonna squirt little bit of diesel. Diesel goes kaboom, and to utilize that kaboom, like as in spark, now they're gonna flow the gas. So that requires two fuel systems. You have to have diesel and you have to have gas. And the best thing I could see, that on principle, on paper, you may be able to run on diesel only. I'm not sure whether it will be viable, but it can be done. Uh, this is a very, what you call, uh, this shows the conundrum, like it's not logical, and India is not doing this. India is like, okay, we're gonna do spark plug, because again, if you know anything about combustion engineering, spark plugs are fundamentally less efficient than compression based auto ignition. So like it's not even a competition, you're gonna get less energy. But the idea with India is that we have some amount of LNG, we can convert bonkers amount of coal into LNG, so we should go all in. So all the Tata and other manufacturers, they are making pure LNG trucks, so to say. But again, the only reason why people can even afford it is that diesel tax is 40 to 50%. That's how much tax Indian government charges on diesel. In LNG, they have revoked that task. It's like no tax. So of course, it's gonna be cheaper. Like that's just wrong. That's just cheating and wrong. And on top of that, that alone was not enough. So they're like, okay, we're gonna reduce your toll tax, like toll free. If you have an LNG truck and you get the certification, it's toll free. I'm like, okay, what else? Oh, GST will also give you some, basically, if you're a truck company who is doing logistics, you're like, okay, we have LNG truck, they're gonna give you GST rebate also. I'm like, no wonder people are making more money. In today's news, I saw ethanol scam subsidy rice being diverted to private mills. Of course it is. I've said it time and time again that any Indian who thinks that you can have ethanol farming on large enough scale and it does not directly destroy your food security, I'm sorry. Like, you do not deserve poverty. You are working your ass off to get poverty. I want to start software as a service business. Can you give some ideas? By the way, I'm gonna use Claude Cowork. Wrong person. I am wrong person talking about it. Series hybrid in two-wheeler practical. See, it's not about practical. Is it about cost efficient or not? Because again, in truck, it makes sense. In cars, difficult, but you can do it. Auto, you're pushing it too much. Bike, you do not have enough space. Like even now I've not seen any electric bike that is like, just a bike. Like it's not some sci-fi bike or something like that. Just a bike, like, Splendor kind of deal, like just a bike, electric bike. And again, the primary culprit is that we do not have high torque motors enough. So hub motor is not that strong. And again, that's why you look into all the electric scooty, all of them have like, a tiny motor going bonkers high RPM, and then gear down to drive the main wheel. Torque is the weak link. So uh, fundamentally speaking, we need something that is like, actually powerful. If we can get that, you get a room. Engine, again, engine is very small. Okay, engine to basically energy converter, that can also be like, it could be exactly the same, because again you have the single cylinder and then you have a gearbox. Throw away the gearbox, you put a what you call motor generator unit there, done. Okay, that kind of. Where would you put the battery? That's the difficult part. Where would you put the battery? Uh, Again, you can. It's just that it physically constrained, so to say. And by the time you solve all these problems, it will cost so much money. It's like, what was the point? That's the. Is there even the egg prices are shooting up. Now they're diverting the feed to make ethanol. Of course they are. It's like, it was like, duh. Like, anybody shocked from that? It's like, and again, a lot of people are fighting me. Oh, Brazil, you're saying Brazil is dead, like, but Brazil is there, everything is fine. It's like, no, it's not. Like, people, again, it's on me. I said, like, you're gonna starve to death. What's gonna happen is, like, you're gonna starve to death, but it's not gonna show like, Bengal famine or what you call um, Ukraine famine. What will happen is, like, you will not have kids. And again, all of these nations that did that, again, it's a multi-vector system, but that's the result. People are not having kids. Their currency is not strong. They started with dollar to dollar. They were real, I think, right? So one real to $1 was the case. Now it's almost 3 or 5 at this point in time. On top of that, they have also what you call uh, their birth rate is below 2.1, meaning they did. So that's what it means. So everybody's like, oh, everything is fine, everything is dandy. It's like, no. And again, their own government is fighting. Even in that my E100 video, I specifically like, Brazilian government itself is fighting. But again, once you created a coalition of private players, coalition of so many corrupt ministers, you can't undo it. Once the virus has been spread, it can't be undone. There is any chance to change our ruling party within 5 years? I do not know. And again, I'm genuinely worried because our what you call uh, opposition party is full cuckoo. Like, they should, like, this is the best thing they can file on, because again, this is like dictatorship. Because here's the deal. Somebody in government decides, I'm gonna F everybody. I'm gonna force E20. Okay, cool, awesome, great. And again, you did not give us any warning. You did not even give us a choice where it's like, okay, use your normal fuel and we're going to have E20. Cool. Awesome. But here's the deal. Why the heck right now you can go into Indian car shops and you can buy a car that is not E20 and you are claiming about E100? Like, why the heck right now it's not mandatory by law that there should not be any car, new car sold that will be like, not compatible with E20? That's, I'm talking today. I'm talking today, you can't buy a car that is like, oh, and not to mention India, because we have brute forced everything, it's basically a money laundering scam. The mixing is not done correctly. And Indian monsoon is brutal. So you're literally having a scenario where you have petrol and water. And once water goes into your engine goes kaboom and you're dead. By the way, I'm pretty sure that will same thing will happen with E100 engines also, simply because no engine can handle water going into it. It's like, oh, I'm squirting water into it. It's like, yeah, no, no. So fundamentally speaking, um, it's like the stupidity that was at play. And again, this is the best, easiest way to having a childless is the solution for all problem by achha. Yeah, death is the solution to everything now. Like, if you're dead, you don't have any problem. That's what he's selling. Or worst, he's selling like a cowardly version of our religion, where he's like, oh, if you die, you go to heaven. Like, oh, there is nothing in this realm, but there is heaven. It's like, that's such a cowardly interpretation of religion. Any religion is Ashish Sharma, Xbox CEO, doing a good job? I am a bit too detached from gaming industry for now, so I do not know. I do not have the context what was going right, what was going wrong, how things are unfolding. So I'm a bit out. In long term, I am assuming most people will win in Europe. So who will win in Europe? Time will tell. It's like we are seeing forces at play. We do not know the outcome, because here's the deal. How many of you knew the Russia will F up this badly in a 3-day special military operation? It happened, right? Like, it happened in front of our eye. Did we knew this? The best, what you call, guess I had, if you can watch, like 5 years ago, I was in Delhi, like, in Battery Day conference. And that time I was talking about, like, Ukraine made Russia bleed. That's the only thing I could think about at that point in time. And again, I was still not sure, like, what's going to happen. But I was like, okay, Ukraine actually made Russia bleed. Like, that happened, that 3 day special military operation, that did not happen, that was a big deal. And again, now there is a meme going on now. The hardest thing of the 3 day military special operation is the first 4 years. That's happening right now. So that happened. Why? Again, corruption. Basically, the core essence is Crimea. So when Vladimir Putin went kaboom with Crimea, corruption inverted place. For example, both party, as in Ukraine and Russia, both were corrupt. Like let's just say their corruption vector was 70% corrupt. Okay, but here's the moment they hochum the Crimea, it bitch slaps Ukraine hard. Now that bitch slap shakes them up. It's like, whoa, we can't be stupid like this. And again, for a lot of Ukrainian, the famines that Soviet Union inflicted on them, that's recent. That's like my father went through it. I have negative films from that. I have blood written diaries from that point in time. So it's not like, oh, it's 10,000 years ago. No, no, it is like something that they fundamentally know. So they're like, yeah, we're gonna fix ourselves. And they did. And America helped them, Europe helped them, and they slowly started to reduce their corruption from, let's say, 80% to 50, 55%. However, the very thing that they won in like just taking annexation of Crimea, and the fact nobody did anything, like nobody, like America did not do anything, UK did not do anything. And why they were important? They were the one who were the guarantor in nuclear transmission. As in, Ukraine had nukes, they gave up the nukes in order to like appease Russia, and Russia gave the word that we're not going to invade you, and that was signed by UK and USA. So that sign meant nothing. So once Russia got that, oh, we can just like, anybody and there will not be any penalty. So their corruption went from 80% to 90%. And that's how the clock started to turn. Make a app at least 100 daily active users. It could be any source idea. Again, I'm a different kind of guy. I'm literally making an app. You can see that in my GitHub, and I'm paying a programmer, and I'm gonna make it open source and free. So I'm not the right person to ask these sort of things. Indian opposition party has been dead from 2014. I hear you, man. I hear you. It's a good thing that ethanol damages engine and reduces mileage, so people are showing backlash. Otherwise, people would have ignored the environmental and food water impact. You might be right. I'm hopeful for that. I'm hopeful. I really hope that E100 damage does not happen. E20 is like harmful. E100 is lethality. We really should not keep same political party in power more than 10 years. Why do you think America has this law that you cannot have a president for more than 2 terms? They learned it the hard way. They start to mainstream corruption, ecosystem starts to form up, and this, yeah, that's the whole thing. So they will invest in Indian youth. Lol. As AI bubble will pop, start to advise how ordinary people can survive. See, my man, you're literally asking how to survive World War III. I do not know. Like, this is our World War III. Our ancestor had World War II. Their ancestor had World War I. This is our war. And it's covert. It's stealth war. And the missiles are so sneaky that we don't even know that it's a missile that is hitting us. Only when you are boomed, then it's like, oh, we got boomed. People don't value family anymore. Yeah, because again, people had tried to create this for like what I would say, 60 years. For 60 years, like men are evil, men are evil, men are evil, men are evil. I'm like, of course, people will hate everything. Men will hate everything because again, everybody blames him, and he's like, bro, what the hell did I do? Like, there is this one guy who does something heinous and I'm blamed for it. It's like, bro, I'm not there. I'm not the one who did it. And women, because again, they do not have long-term thinking. They're like, what if we blame everybody? It's like, what? Here's the deal. You can't do anything if there is actually a bad man. There is no feminism in Afghanistan. None. Zero. Zilch. Nothing. So they start to fire missile because they can't fire the missiles on basically really bad men. They started to bitch slap good men. As the good men are like, what the fuck? I'm getting boomed from both. Of course they will hate family. Of course they will. Like, what else did you expect is gonna happen? Like, genuinely think about it. Why there is no feminism in? Oh, there is a country that's just below Egypt. Like, they are slaughtering women. Like, how much? Like, here's the most countries talk about rape rate as in 100,000. As in how many in 100,000? 50 in 100,000, 250, 100,000. Versus that country has 50%. Nobody talks about it. Nobody talks about it. Who cares? Women don't talk about. Women bitch when they can bitch. It's like, you're really drilling like hole into the very foundation that keeps you alive. Because once that foundation is gone, it's like Abdullah Ibrahim is not gonna care. He's like, honey, did I ask you to open your mouth? Like, did I ask? Like, you saw that feminist went there and it's like Taliban is for an interview. So if public wants, it's like, Madam ji, shut up, madam. Otherwise, we'll just shut up. So I think we'll have next war, next 5 years where China, Pak, or was both likelihood is zero. China, see, point is China will not go against India unless they have sorted Taiwan. They have to, because again, Taiwan is a known claim. Taiwan used to be Chinese. Again, India has a legacy. Like you can't just say lol. India has legacy. Why that legacy is there? Because Himalaya is a clear divide. And if you can't subdue Taiwan, you cannot subdue India. Of course, you can fight, you can cause harm, but you're not gonna subdue a country as big as 1.5 billion. Like that's a horrifying thought. And not to mention, who are your allies? Russia, it's already caputed by Ukraine. Iran, like what is left? Oh, Venezuela, like America is literally, Cuba already crippled. So they have to take care of, basically, ironically, for a duality, for a two superpowers, they do need a good satellite state. And this is what America has good. Europe is a not great, but stable ally. Having America and Europe both as a duality allows them to have like stability. Other parties is like nothing, nothing. Again, if China and India were in good partnership, great. Then we would have become like like a regional power, like actual power. But because we are going boom boom, America and Europe becomes the core power. Mhm. About which Indian private space company you were talking about many times in your life, you did not, you did the conversation. Again, I'm talking with them, like, again, they are on my, what you call, LinkedIn. It's just that they have not shared it. I missed last 3 live streams. I was looking up how TV and projector works. Okay. 3 live stream you missed, like you've been trying to do that for 3 weeks. That's confusing. Anyway, that rocket company, they were having some production reality, because when you're talking about 3D printing engines, you have to understand the powder bed is filled in one go. Like if you fill up with stainless steel, you have to use all of it, then flush everything out, then you put that super alloy or nickel alloy or something like that. Inconel, sorry, yeah, Inconel alloy. So that requires the printer to like cycle completely, and it's not a very, what you call, quick process, so to say. India has extreme male surplus in population, especially in Northwest. How do you solve it? They don't. We don't. That problem was solved long ago. Wait few years, man. Like even China on paper had that issue, but you go into like marriage scenario, it's completely opposite. On paper, those things are on paper issue. Another Nitin Gada discovery project is too much expressway. Yeah, expressway again. That's why I wanted the railway Ro project, where it's like, dude, one train can move far more trucks, far more effective. Of course, it is difficult. How the heck you're gonna embark and disembark from a train? That is an issue. That's why I'm working on making at least a conceptual drawing of like how the heck you're gonna have a truck and move it and all that. So this is a serious thing. I like your cup. What are you drinking? Coffee or tea? Your boy is Desi boy. Chai. Hmm. So any minister can roll out any policy despite the public outrage, and we cannot do it till the next year. This time, yeah, that's the scary part. That's the part that pissed me off. It's like, I do not care what you think E20 will do. Okay, right? Somebody might say, oh, but they have to try to know whether it's lethal or not. Like you have to eat arsenic to know that it is harmful. Okay, great. Why did we not get any option? Oh, I think that's why I thought like I felt different. So that is there. Do you know about Indian economist Arun Kumar? No. Name of that private agency? Which agency you're talking about? Like I'm a bit confused. I think government didn't want to give as few option, because if you will attend with pure E20, will nobody will touch anything belonging to E20. Price are same. I think you know the answer. They know that same thing will happen with CNG and sorry, LNG. The only way to make LNG logical, they are like, okay, we're gonna tax diesel a lot, and we're not gonna tax LNG. I'm like, of course the price will come down. Oh, we're not gonna also like charge this what you call that toll booth and all that. I'm like, after doing that much, of course, anything will make sense. At that point in time, it would be economically better to just like, hey, we're gonna reduce tax on diesel. Done. Economic growth. Whoa. That's such a tragic thing. Another question asked from got money to start sugar mill and ethanol distillery. I mean, huge capital. Bruh. You go into politics to print money. Hmm. Ah, another question is like, what is their goal? Unique method will try to reuse second stage. Oh, see, they are in very early stage, and I mean early stage. That's why I'm not talking too much. Of course, they have some idea, they have some concept. They had made a small testing engine which did not work as expected. Again, they're like, okay, we're not gonna polish that engine. We're gonna make the Mark II engine. Great. The moment they have that Mark II engine and it's actually running, I'll talk to them. I'm in touch with them. I want to talk about it. It would be great, but it's slower. And again, I cannot blame them because again, I'm getting bit slapped making a goddamn engine. Like again, at this point in time, it might take like 27 July to have a finally running engine. So I know how difficult and frustrating it is. Like literally, we are stuck in a chicken and egg scenario. It's like, okay, we need good CNC, we do need good employees, we need everything to do that. But it's like, how would you pay for it unless you have the capital? You will not get capital unless you show a working prototype. An engine is not something that you can just like, lol. So it is brutal, man. I'm like, again, it is humbling me to realize like I understand the tech side, I do not understand money side. Like I need this brain damage aura that Elon Musk has. Like I give you brain damage. There is another company that is doing that tunnel boring machine for that, like brain damage of public transport. I'm like, damn. Like it would have been great to have that sort of brain damage. It's like my brain to your brain get damaged. Why don't you make a catalog of all your videos? I have. It's in Google Sheet and it's called go into my YouTube channel. In that there are different playlists. Whatever you want to write, like it's in the playlist. All of them are arranged very methodically. I worked my ass off to make them. Because again, how else will I share a Google Sheet? It has to be, it cannot be from Google Drive. It has to be from some third party. It's huge. And again, I have to make it actively updating. It's huge. I have that Google Sheet. It's huge. Like most of you have no concept like how many videos I have made. Like it's huge. Like Donald Trump kind of huge. Why does the minister think he was a like godlike person? No, because people wanted, no. Here's the there are more people fighting against me than they are fighting against the like again. I take any Tom, Dick, and Harry. Like, is there corruption in India? Yes, there is corruption in India. Government is doing this. We should stop it. No. Government is doing. Government is great. It's like what the hell? Like it's not that you deserve poverty. You are working your ass off to get a poverty. Thing every government is doing is increasing taxes on diesel and people shift to petrol or electric cars, but they're ignoring the whole industry running on diesel. Yeah, it's basically I get rich, you die. It's as simple as that. Like, I don't think these peoples have any sort of what you call long-term thinking, which again, I've said that time and time again. Once you break the family unit, there is no future anymore. It's like, they're gonna die tomorrow, who cares? I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna have my like ninth yacht, 10th island, 15, 16, like, 1,000 covers, notches. So, that's the whole thing. Share it in this. Share it in description. Share what? No, I can't. It's a big Google sheet. It's not something that I can share in almost anything. I've tried the in what you call Discord. Sorry, Discord. Why I'm saying Discord? Where I have shared it. Yeah, in Telegram I have shared it time to time, but like again, it's too huge, too cumbersome, and again because I upload video one every day, it gets out of date very quickly. So getting service in India is not too difficult. I'm not able to. I hear you, brother. I hear you. Your boy have burnt so much money on that. So I hear you, brother. Hear you. uh, what magic ring does Elon Musk have that he is able to believe believe on his charm? No, no, it's not charm. It's just that people want to die. They're just too cowardly to take a pew pew and boom them. It's like, oh, Elon Musk, take my money, take my future, take my planet. Indian seniors have pension or just dependence on young generation. A mix of both. Again, here's the deal. Pensions do not work if you do not have youth. Like this is a common illusion that people have that you can have pension. It's like pension can only work if there is a youth to maintain the system. If the system breaks, pension also disappears. And I do not mean something as broken as American system. Even in Japanese system, if there is no kid, the end. Like there is no system. Ah. What do you think about Indian first FFSC engine tested this year space startup? Uh, Again, let them reach orbit. The only company that is getting close to reaching orbit is Vikram, right? And that's from like what, Skyroot, right? And again, I'm pretty sure this company is not making a space satellite. They are making a weapons company, and they are getting the what you call uh, trial, paperwork, proof of concept, all of that using orbital rocket. It does not make sense to make orbital rocket out of solid anymore. Again, it had made sense long ago, but the world has changed. Heck, China just managed to capture their what you call reusable rocket. Like China is reaching a point by 2027, they will have a rocket that has been reused. America only has two rockets. China will have soon one. Do you understand like how big and significant that is? India needs to decentralize, give more power state and cities. Again, that also creates a lot of chaos. So, and again, you really do not, and again, we are not physically big enough. In America, they had to do it because letters will not travel to one to another quickly enough. Again, you have to understand, in India, most places, like most airport to airport is barely 3 hours, barely. Four if you are pushing it. In America, many things starts from 4 plus. Like it's a physically larger continent. So it's a different thing. Heck, they have like what, four time zones, 3 or 4 time zones they have. They're like, yeah. China recovered first rocket booster on ship, but why they choose stupid design on? It's not stupid if it works. Okay, it's not stupid if it works. And again, you have to understand that it's kind of scary that China is reaching Mark 2, as in like China as a whole. Because if you look China a few years ago, it was just like, I'm gonna do what you are doing, but we're gonna do it cheaper, or we're gonna do it quicker. Now they are coming up with new and novel idea, and that's their final stage of evolution. Right now, you cannot go to European countries or American companies and ask them for a e-axle, like a electric vehicle e-axle for heavy load stuff that China can make. Like there is no, it's not even about money. They simply don't make it. So China has reached the second point, second stage. Now basically other companies have to catch up. Otherwise, like flat out, it's not that cheap and Chinese. It's like Chinese only. Like you have cheap and Chinese and you have Chinese high quality, but there won't be anything else simply because China is reaching that point. And again, I have to say, whoever is running that company has balls. Like everybody would have asked, like same way you said, oh, why you're doing to this stupid thing? They must have done some calculation, must have seen something that's like, you know what, this is a good idea. Again, they have captured it. This is Mark 1. This is first try. Let them do it 10 times, 20 times. So we'll know whether it's a good idea or bad idea. But the balls to do it, that's a big ball. That's a big balls. Subsidize ride, deliver profit private में accounts come started. Okay. I'm much frustrated because my phone headphone jack died. All phones are getting expensive now. I have to buy USB-C DAC carrying my phone through. Yep, I hear you, man. I hear you. In Hindi live stream, we talked about the topper thing. Yeah, yeah. It's a very easy way to figure out who's going to be poor in your life. Here's the deal. If your whole culture and if your whole ethos is exam, like I want to clear this exam, you did. Before you even got into the world, you did. If you are like, okay, which vector of study should I do to make most money? You did. Why? Well, you did not understand the core concept of what we call predal distribution. Because here's the take a look into any field, and I mean any field, doctor, engineer, lawyer, scientist, go YOLO, any field. Majority of people are broke. All fields, all fields. And yes, that includes doctors. They have very high expenditure. Now their income is high, but their expenses are also exponentially higher. So only few doctors on top of the top, best of the best, makes enough money where it's like, no, we good, we good. Like if something bad happens, market goes down for 1 or 2 years, we good. Like majority will be like very close to like, edge. Of course, their houses are bigger, but they are not like, oh, we have so much surplus income. Nah, brother. Oh, we have so much investment today. Nah. So that's the reality of it. Most field, everything is like that. So who makes the money? Well, the best of the best. So this whole idea that India has that, where it's like, okay, which stream of study to go to make most money? Yeah, you already failed. Because yes, deal, you have to do that thing, whatever you select. You have to do that thing till you die. You have to be very good at it. You can't be just like, okay, everybody. It's like whatever field, and any field that gives that illusion that going into that field will give you money. 99% sure you could be that there are more people who are thinking the same thing, and now you have oversupply. Like you have to choose. And again, even if what if it's oversupply, but you're really passionate about it, are you actually gonna grind in it? Or you're gonna coast. If you're gonna coast in college, you're gonna be dead. But if you grind in college, and I do not mean grind as like, alpha grind, like, body, gym and all that, those are not bad, but they're not gonna make your future. Like grind as in like, are you expanding your knowledge? As in like you started and you got this book, are you actually doing the self-study? Are you actually absorbing more knowledge? Or you're just like cutting through it? It's like, I have to go through this lecture and all that. Are you trying to get easy credit or you're trying to get hard credit? The person who chases the hard credit, they will make money because again, they are already stable enough to endure hardship. You think you learn things in college? No, you don't. The moment you get your first job, whatever job it is, you'll get bitch slapped, and that bitch slap will teach you how little you know, and then your learning will start. Now people who shine in that stage, they are the one who print money. Everybody else barely scrape by. Mm. uh, uh, so, can you make video on that unique offshore catching mechanism? They have not shared high enough video resolution. As in, like, video is there, it's very low. First I thought like it was goddamn AI. I'm not gonna lie, like I thought like, dude, looks like AI, because I could not see the wires. And again, a high bitrate low compression camera would show you that, but I'm pretty sure the drone was not that low resolution. It's just that they compressed so much, or maybe like China showed it to China and like Chinese public, and somebody copied the video from there, it got compressed and then smuggled out. It's not good enough to, like, truly grasp the concept. So I'm not that like, focused on that. Hmm. Competitive exams needs to be conducted multiple times in a year instead of one time. It does not make sense to wait almost a year for next attempt. No. See, a cycle runs on its fixed cycle. It's a cycle thing. Year is a fixed cycle. Either you sort it out in 1 year, and again, if you have not cleared it, leave. Like, yes, this whole idea, like, you have to clear this exam. No, if you want to be poor, yes. If you want to be like China has this. Basically, why do you think Asia is so poor? Because all Asian countries, be it Vietnam, be it China, be it India, all are like, why do you think that meme, Asian parents meme, is like A is for okay, and B is for get out of my house. So basically, if you insult a life like that, where it's like, oh, entrance exam matters, it's like, bro, life is gonna bend you over and yiff you without lubrication. And somebody like, I think I should have saved that what you call reel. It's like a woman was talking about it, and it was very logical. It's like, oh, a lot of Indian kids think that, once you become a topper, like, life would be sorted. But if that were true, all the toppers would be CEOs, and most are not. It's completely opposite. Completely opposite. Why? It's just that, can you do the grind? Do you have this, or do you like, okay, show me a what you call a curriculum, I can ace the curriculum. Okay, every Tom, Dick, and Harry can ace in the curriculum. Question is, what happens when I show you a blank paper? What happens then? That's the definitive part. If we separate pension fund per generation, no, you can't. See, money is a what you call. You think Singapore can handle it? Why do you think they are already is like starting to ask for population growth? Once your population is, there is no money. Money runs on faith. Faith requires people to be alive. It's like having a religion without a follower. Like, then it's not a religion. That is what you call. If it's a past, it's mythology, and if it's even further than that, it's a story. Money is like that. That's why American dollar says, "In God we trust." They need people to believe that. If there is no people, there is nothing. If somebody gave you three wishes, how would you organize the population density of the city street design in India? Ah, first thing is, I'll give a very serious tax rebate, work from home. The more work from home you do, the more tax rebate I'm gonna give you. Basically, because it's a double whammy thing. Less pollution, less traffic jam, less everything. Everybody wins. Like, and again, how easily company just manage to run their things in pandemic shows me like most of things can be done work from home. So that will be my first priority. Brute force everything to work from home. Like make it economically viable. Because again, even you're like, oh, but you're gonna have less tax income. I'll save so much on fuel. Like country has to import fuel, burn fuel, maintain roads. All of that hassle will go away. So that would be the biggest what you call missile. Second, I will start researching and development of the elevator that works without cable. As in, I realize like you can't make a tall building, even if like there is no legal limit. You can't make a tall building. Why? You can't have elevators. Elevators have cables, so you have to shaft. It's like there is literally one cart traveling. It's wasteful. So what we need is multiple what you call cabins traveling in the shaft, but it cannot have wire, so it has to be running on the side. Now thankfully all cable elevators since 1800s have the technology to not fall if there is no cable, all of them. That's the first requirement of elevator. Is like if the cable snaps, what happens? You will not fall back. Like there are three braking system. One is enough to handle you, two is there just to like just in case, third is there if god of death wants you, still has to work hard. So basically have motors and have these coaches going upwards, and our idea would be one side, like let's say that would be going up, it will be colored blue, that is going down, it will be colored green. So the idea is you're going up, you press the green, you do, there is no mixing. Up you go there, if one cart has left, second cart will come, and one shaft can have multiple of them. And because throughput would be almost like an escalator, like throughput would be so high that you can actually make tall buildings, actually make tall buildings. And again, put some effort into making city walkable, basically walkovers, as many good useful walkovers as possible. That will solve so many problems. If you can just make walkover walkable cities, so many problems will be solved. Again, if I have infinite money, I might as well put escalators in them, that will turbocharge it, but make it walkable. Catching on ship like building titanium steam engine. Catching on ship like titanium steam engine. I do not get the reference. Hold on. God damn it. I missed a lot of what you call donation in my Hindi stream. I checked it, like, but because there was no SMS, I did not read whether it was coming on today or not. At last, I noticed. Like, thankfully, I did cover it, but I think somebody donated now. Okay, Mr. SANJ Sanjeet Pal. Sanjeet Pal, you have donated 100 rupees. Thank you, but you have not written any remark. Man, come on. Write a remark, man. Not written any remark. Okay. So why do country after getting a certain capital income go woke? Is why the pattern every time? It's not pattern. It's one virus that is spreading. It's like why every retarded civilization goes to communism, because communism is the virus. It's like that's the easiest virus to spread. It's like how mold spreads. It's the same thing. Opposition doesn't talk about ethanol production because they're also making money with sugarcane juice refineries. We so cooked. We so cooked. We so cooked. The rocket too small. Nobody can increase the size of rocket if it lands on the ship. Chocks design. No, no, that's not how it works. Because here's the deal: rocket has to be larger if it has to come back in the same place. If it has to do U-turn, it fundamentally needs to have more propellant to do that. So your smaller rocket will do more fundamentally. And again, having a latching structure that utilizes grid fin versus a more gentle wire structure. Again, a SpaceX design was great till Falcon 9. Falcon Heavy, you know, Starship is like it's forcefully building everything. Many Chinese car brands are manufacturing range extender EV. Any Tom, Dick, and Harry who's been watching my channel for long ago will be like, oh, that's why he was talking about this 5 years ago. What's the best engine in terms of BSFC that can be used in car? What is the present in market? You can expect 2050 average, like a good engine from Toyota or Hyundai, uh, those sort of number. 220 if it's like a series hybrid, not series hybrid, like some custom type of hybrid, you could touch that, but not more than that. 250 is like your expected. What is the name? Again, I do not want to share because I keep forgetting it myself. I might say end up which headphone you use. I use a wireless one. You can say you are the only one guessing right reasons that why cheat is cheating, focusing on different designs because they don't want have Google and Android mature OS. Hmm. In World War C, we will survive just all dead. See, death is coming differently this time. Like we are used to boom events. It's like, oh, you got kaboomed. Death this time is coming from a different action. Whereas like family unit is gone, you already dead. Like there was a documentary talking about like what called involuntarily childless. Like a lot of people died, they already don't know it. They are like already in their 50s, they never had a kid. Likelihood of having a kid now after 50, yeah, good luck with that. And as you get older, as the more and more people pile on hate on the family unit, more like the young one delays it, more old ones can't do anything. It's like, yeah, done, system, you already died. Like death happened, it's just that you're gonna rot to that rather than being boomed to that. That's the only thing that changed. So, like again, people genuinely have underestimated the consequence of going below 2.1. And they're like, it's a minor inconvenience. No, no, it's a shift delete inconvenience. India started exporting silicon chips. I keep hearing those sort of information has no vector, no context, nothing. It's just like blah, blah, blah. It's like, oh, India is exporting PCB. It's like it's one company doing one small thing for one reason. It's like I keep hearing this sort of things, but again, until rupee becomes better in as a currency, none of that has having an impact or big enough impact. Who do you think the first India ISRO or Indian startup like Astrobase? Most likely Indian startup. I'm not talking about making billions to Chinese start rocking catching nets. That's a huge man. I'm thinking about how many billions do Chinese is to spend in that rocket catching net ship. That's huge, man. It's minor inconvenience. A big ship is not, and again, China has world's largest what you call ship repository. They can just mass produce it. It's not that big. Again, I'm pretty sure it's the same size as Jacqueline. It's not that big. It just looks like woo. I'm pretty sure half of the parts are from crane industry. Study official document building things out of reality capital. I'm thinking studying official documents and building things out of it really test how capable you are. That is true. Like this truck Roro system. Again today I'm not feeling the electrical urge I used to, so I was like, okay, I'm not gonna waste time on it. I'm not gonna do anything. So I had that Roro idea. So I was like, okay, what if I block it out in CAD? Again, not in Blender, but in CAD, because again, I don't know Blender and don't want to install Crack and Fusion 3. Sorry, what was that software name? 3ds Max. And again, if I can do it in CAD, it's much better. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna block out a rail mockup, BRN flat wagon, and then I gotta figure out how to do the pivot, how much angles, degree, machine sizes, and all that. Like it's an idea that I really want to finish. Again, if I can build enough that somebody else can run with it, that would be fine. Hmm. People are riding bikes and rickshaw on footpaths. For footpath in India. We still don't have platform high enough standards change railways like all over the country. Why should do something standard platform height standard? Dude, all platforms are standard height, all of them. Like look into where are you actually traveling that if you have a ticket of Vande Bharat and you can't get off, like that era traveled long ago. Yes, I know I've been in places where like like my nani ghar, ancestral home, let's just call it that. If you had to get down, you had to actually crawl down to the last step of the train. And in my hometown, it's like it's the full level thing. Yeah, so there are like locations that have low throughput that has that issue where it's like you have to almost get down. But all major stations, all major, that's why I said like any premium train, if they have stop there, it is generally on the same level. Now, of course, it's not completely similar, it's not metro, but it's very good for what it is. And again, I'm old enough to remember how it used to be. How it used to be. Even in my own small town, trains were longer than the platform. So I've been through this. I've been through this. I've been through an era where I was like in a train and I'm seeing what you call Standard gauge railway, not broad gauge. Right now there is broad. There was a standard gauge also. I was seeing that, like, oh, standard gauge train rails. So I've seen all of this. So yeah, you can compare it to something else, but there is nothing else of this scale and this magnitude. Like America does not have what you call passenger rail, so that's not a comparison. Europe has faster rail, that is true, but does not have the what you call standardization as you think. It's not as standardized, and Germany is a meme right now because that's how late their train is compared to India. That's how bad it is. The best advice, until you have the ability to fly to other countries. I don't think that's a valid anymore. Too many bad things are happening, and because we did not filter the Indians that were going out, too many bad reputation, too much bad reputation damage. And again, good reputation takes years to build. Bad reputation is a 5-minute action. So, ah. Uh, do you see high efficiency engines? They were claiming the engines are reached. Yeah, I've not looked into it. I'm from Delhi. Should I be worried about the new two-wheeler law? I'm not worried yet because I have 2 years to buy it. Yeah, I'll say. Hmm. Sir, do I have to diet for government job or private is better? Cause IT, cause I have time to prepare for government. Wrong question. Girl stories for great grandma, eight grandma for her to man cat nature. One thing is the Chinese rocket landing, they delivered payload before landing. That's the whole point. A rocket is useless. Oh, it's a rocketing. SpaceX is catching rocket. It's useless. Have you deployed a goddamn Starlink yet? No, nothing matters. Nothing matters. Have you read the CGA 2024-25 report on Indian state fiscal health? State spends almost 40% of budget and all state government employees' salary and old employee pension. See, that will happen everywhere now. You are like being shocked, like, oh, if I spent money, money is gone. It's like, yeah, the how long the AI thing can sustain after entering in everyone's into pension fund, they break into points and again get people poor due to inflation, just wanted to peaceful life and die. Death you can be promised. Peace requires almost like a monk level where it's like letting things go. Have you tried Ahmedabad mold factory company for engine custom parts? No, right now we are in Bangalore and we end of July. I'm hopeful by end of July. Knock on wood. End of July. We should have some noise by then. If we have a nice noise, we're gonna share. But again, we'll know more in July, end of July. But again, this experience has been humbling. I have to say, like, I understand a lot of tech, what the hell is going on, but I have no idea how money works. Like, I'm genuinely shocked. Like it's a good thing. My company is not me only. It's a very good thing. I have a second person taking care of the money part. I'm gonna take care of the face of the camera, talking about the tech, but I'm not gonna take a should there be penalty for those who endorse E20 now for fascist governments? Like, see, I understand your pain, but the main thing that bothers me is the people. Every single people. I'm not talking someone who is rich enough in media or anything. I'm talking about the people. The people who supported it, that's the scary part to me. Like I keep telling you, I do not mind Elon Musk smoking weed and saying like we're gonna do tunnel boring machine. I'm mad at people. It's like, yeah, that will save us. And as long as you have that, that will save us. The top will change. Like that becomes just a hat. As long as you have the head, you will have a hat. I need to kaput the head. It's like people have to become wiser. Like I think the biggest insult we did to our children or harm to our children is that we taught them survival of the fittest. That's not how it works. Is the result. Action is death of the dumb. I think we really need to grind into people that if you're dumb, you're gonna die. You're gonna suffer, and you're gonna suffer meaninglessly, and you're gonna rot, and you're gonna die, and you're gonna burn, and you're gonna die. Like it has to be drilled into that head. Like you cannot just like, eh. Like we sent you to school, so if somebody is trolling you, you're like, no, no. What's your survival plan for World War III? Get as much service as I can and then die. ah, we need aloo roll for. Again, I have to say, did you try CAD as a freelancing? Is freelancing a real thing? See, There are more than enough people who make enough money from CADs. I am not one of them, and I am not the guy who cracked freelancing ever. Then again, YouTube technically is freelancing. Okay. Vikas Sharma have donated 200 rupees. Thank you so much. See, this guy has a remark. Paneer roll. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Ah. Did you try CAD as special? No. Again, I thankfully learned enough CAD that I can come up with an idea and make it. So I was getting too distracted when I was making the rail model. Like I have not even finished the bogie. I'm just gonna make a crude model. The only aim I have is like trying to get dimension accurately. Busy hai. So fundamentally speaking, this good thing China just I also wonder is that is published the white paper. Does a white paper identify the reason behind states currential finance again those things are worthless to read. Anyone who's opposed is anti-national. Only CINA or agro shareholders are nationalist. Yeah. It's actually good. China will defeat India and destroy Indian government in India that will make India a developed nation like themselves. China is not developed nation. It's not. It's a pig with a very good makeup. Basically, they're Russia 2.0. Like on paper, we're like, Russia, it can go against America. Ukraine is like, bitch, please. Bitch, please. Like, we're gonna escalate. It's like, all you're gonna do is get more of your people killed. And at best, you're gonna exert some sort of a blood toll, which again, you can't because again, Ukraine did a move that breaks you. What is the movement? Kaboom, your refinery. And they are so smart. I have to say, they are so smart. Like somebody is wise in there. They're like, hey, do not boom the oil well. Why? If you do not boom the oil well will keep working. If oil well is keep working, they are forced to sell the oil. And it does not matter who buys it. Iran buys it, India buys it. It will come into the market. The moment it comes into the market, price goes down. Europe becomes free. So do not boom the oil field, but kaboom every single refinery. And if you're like, okay, if refinery is getting boomed, why petrol shortage is happening? Somebody had taught them that the refinery, again, diesel can be made very crudely with a crude distillation tower. Petrol is a way too many refinement stage, catalyst cookers and this and that. So fundamentally, it has to like it's a very long lead item parts that make petrol possible. So that's what they are booming now. They're because yes, deal. You're like, okay, there's a fuel tank, I'm gonna boom it. That's harmful, but that can be recovered. Most likely they can repair it in like 1 week or 2 week, not even weeks. I'm like, it can be done in days if like, hey, we have raw stock of metal, just weld it and all that. But if you boom those catalytic converters that work into like actually cooking it, making it Euro 6 and all that, yeah, that's like yeah, next year it's gonna be repaired. So that's happening. What is Trump doing, man? I can't understand anymore whether it's war or deep. You guys remember when this started? I said, please have patience. How much future do you want me to see? I told you guys, have patience. Have patience. Apply disc brake. Is this new EV two-wheeler law is going to be a problem? Yes, of course. Because SD, government cannot run these sort of things with subsidy all the time. They will break the subsidy. The moment they will break the subsidy, all this system will fall apart. And not to mention battery fires, the shitty build quality. Because again, electrics are not cheap. Even with subsidy, they are not cheap. And again, they are not proven. Like we don't even have a fixed charging standard. So like it's nothing. Nothing is there. Will you survive woke or white Karen syndrome? I do not know. I do not know. Your favorite restaurant for paneer roll? No, no, I don't go to a restaurant. Technically, I can go and sit. It's like a small guy who cooks on the guy. It's like a small shop, so to say, but it's very good. I like it, and it's close enough that I can go and. Your favorite. What's your view on 6G? Will it be failure like 5G? Realize the project potential, or in this case, it's pointless. We have like after 4G, anything more than that is like meh. Have you ever not developed that there are manufacturing hubs, AI king, how are not developed? See, they have marketing on everything. Like it's equivalent of me after I become 18-year-old, I sell my balls and use that money to build a business. No matter how big the business, my timeline has ended. They did one child policy. That time their death was sealed. Why do you think they have three child policy now? Because nobody is having kids. There is no future. Like short-term glory means nothing. I remember I talked about the poem last time. Hold on. Uh, huh. This is the poem that I was talking about. Hold on. Hmm. My name is Ozymandias, king of kings. Look upon my work, ye mighty, and despair. Nothing besides remained around the decay of colossal wreck, boundless and bare and lone sand stretch far away. That's what China has. Like, yeah, oh, you achieved so much. You know, you achieved nothing. You killed your future for easy today. Like, you know, a tree cannot grow if the root yearns for the sunlight. You cannot have a healthy country if all the elders of CCP somehow is getting organ rejuvenation surgery. What the hell is that? Oh, harvesting organ from young people. When that happens, you dead. How long you will die? It's like, you know, Soviet Union. It's like, oh, ah. It's like, whoa. It's like, no, you dead. Marketing is a very different thing. Again, it will not make sense to you unless you truly start to understand the penalty of that, like, you know, family destruction. And again, it does require time. So glorious today is irrelevant if you do not have a tomorrow. A mild today, a decent tomorrow, far better. Because time does not allow you control Z. Like you cannot go control Z. Hmm. Here are trains standalone HTML file. Standalone HTML file for what? And again, file is not the hard part. How the heck I host it, that's the hard part. But even Trump's fear China. You fear a snake. You fear a lion. Does that mean a lion is a threat to humanity? Like, yeah, Russia has nukes. Yes, they can go full cuckoo and you have to start to boom them. Yes, that can happen. Hope that does not happen, but that's it. It's a very easy, what you call, ooh, ah. And again, Americans want you to be scared so they can fund money, Hyperloop, this and that. Like Americans knew very early on that Soviet Union is not gonna last very long. Like they knew very early on, but they were still milking the Red Scare so they can keep funding weapon systems and becoming rich. Without Chinese versus how India survive, we won't. We won't. Anyway, 1 hour is up. Let me just double check so I don't miss anyone else's stream. Hmm. Countries have to. If India is retarded enough to try that to replace diesel, robust diesel engine with long-term storage capability with hydrogen, hulululu, we deserve death. We deserve death. At that point in time, we deserve death. Anyway, I'll see you guys next week. Bye.